1972, we had been, in the previous 20 years, expanding Floyd Collins Crystal Cave to include Salt's Cave, Colossal Cave, and Unknown Cave, and finally in 1972 we found a connection beneath Hudson Valley to Mammoth Cave, making it the longest cave in the world. On the day that that happened, September 9, 1972, Red Watson and I immediately thought we need to write a book about that, because that is the Everest of speleology.
You found new passage yourself in a lot of caves. What would you say is your biggest discovery and your most memorable discovery of what you found in your years of caving?
I think probably the most important discovery I've made is finding pieces of this route that eventually turned out to be the connection route. These are not giant pieces of the cave, but they're nevertheless important links in tricky places where you had to look in just the right place and behind the right rocks.
Castleguard Cave is the longest cave in Canada. It's on the north boundary of Banff National Park. You ski over the Saskatchewan Glacier and across the Castleguard Meadows, and then the cave itself is running underneath Columbia Glacier.
We had the next day to basically work on the ice crawls, and the dry cavers were absolutely phenomenal at that. They had the chainsaw down there having a whale of a time chomping the ice away and getting the hatchets out, and they managed to make a nice big channel for us fatter people to fit through.
Take chest bit here. Not bad, just wriggle a little bit.
Eventually you pop out towards the summit and it just opens up, so you can actually stand up. There's a good platform there that we can gear up on.
That sounds like a great...
So on the far side of the sump, the information that we had previously from Martin Groves was that the sump surfaced and there was quite an open area, easy to get out of the water, and that there was tunnel leading off from that. So we were very excited about this, and that was our chief objective of this whole trip, was to explore that tunnel. I headed up there first for just a little bit of an explore. Unfortunately, after about 30 metres, it narrows down to this rift passage. Well, it's really a little bit dangerous here, because if we do tear a dry suit, then we're in all sorts of trouble for the trip out. So we turned around and headed home.
In this episode of Caves and Legends, we visit one of the best known undeveloped caves in the northeast US. A limestone cave first explored in the early 1800s. Full of unexpected twists and turns, water-filled passageways, and tight squeezes. One that is enjoyed by both beginner and expert cavers alike. Get ready to go underground into Clarksville Cave. We crawl over boulder after boulder until we are finally met with a picturesque pool in a large chamber, appropriately called the Lake Room. Steve decides to check out the far side of the room. He skirts the edge of the pool and disappears into a crevice. He soon reappears in a sculpted passage flooded with clear green water.
The average temperature here is around 52 degrees, and this water has been flowing very, very slowly, and it came in several miles upstream. So it's been underground for a long time, so it's cold water.
Perfect chute that we are now going to slide down.
It's like I'm a kid again, going down a slide.
Who says geology can't be fun? We enjoy every minute of our well-earned promenade along this open passageway. But it all ends too soon when we reach an exit to the cave. We prepare ourselves for an explosion of color as we reach the surface world.
So the whole time you're seeing just a dull color in this particular cave, and then you pop out of the entrance and all you see the most vivid greens and yellows and the blue sky, and everything's just so bright and almost fluorescent.
A veces es el miedo de haber hecho todo eso por nada, porque a veces se pregunta, ¿qué hago aquí? ¿Qué hago allá al fondo? ¿Para qué? Cuando ves cosas que son fabricadas por una gota de agua durante 10.000 años, te das cuenta que tu vida es apenas una fracción de segundo. Soy un hombre de corazón. A veces tal vez soy un loco perdido. Por eso busco el corazón de la tierra, cada vez más profundo y más lejos.
Water, the basis of all life. 13% of the world's groundwater is in karst areas, hidden in the dark of our Earth. At a rapid speed, the water flows underground through these karst landscapes, forming in part extensive cave systems, and returns to daylight unfiltered from springs. About 700 million people worldwide source their drinking water from karst groundwater. These include large cities such as Rome, Vienna, and Damascus. Karst areas and their caves can be found all over the world. Although they look different externally, they all drain water underground. In order to teach everyone about these hidden worlds, 2021 has been declared the International Year of Caves and Karst. In 2021, the International Year of Caves and Karst, cavers and thousands of their friends worldwide will promote understanding and protection of caves and karst with events around the world. Coordinated by the International Union of Speleology, the global organization for caves and karst.
In the 1730s, a copper mining craze took hold in the American colonies. Earlier attempts at finding gold had been abandoned. And now settlers and adventurers were seeking out deposits of bright green copper in the hills and ridges high above the fledgling settlements. In this episode, I will go in search of one such copper mine, dating to the 1730s, and investigate a tale of misfortune and murder. Get ready to go underground and back in time, deep into a colonial copper mine, now on Mines and Mysteries. As I worked my way in with a Warren hoe, a hint of blackness revealed itself. Did we actually find the other side?
What? Oh my god, I hear the water dripping. All right, we're in. I mean, we're okay, we're on the right track. I mean, this is like one of the very few colonial copper mines that exist in the country, and we're getting in it.
Not that far because I'm up on it. It looks like extremely deep water.
A strange feeling washes over me when I enter a place untouched for such a long time. I believe that this type of exploration is the closest thing to going back in time. Mike prepares the ROV. He does a systems check. Okay, so yeah, there's some metal fastening the ladder to the wood. The wood is in such good condition. I can't believe how solid it is. Ooh, look at that. Mysterious. Look at that blackness. It's so mysterious. I'm feeling like this weird feeling of euphoria, like almost like we're going back in time here. In this episode, we delve deep into the history of the Hudson Valley to investigate legends of silver mines dating back to before the Revolutionary War. We will explore tight tunnels that twist and turn in search of silver ore, repel deep into a mine with a mysterious past, and paddle through its flooded tunnels. Get ready to descend underground and back in time, in search of a little-known part of New York history, now on Mines and Mysteries. The story. We rig a rope and proceed down. Exploring this mine is not only technically challenging, but a surreal experience. It is easy to get lost in the beauty of this space and forget that it was entirely carved by human hands. Every rock removed from this void was done so by a person. Down here, the concept we call time feels altered and distorted. 100 years down here is not the same as 100 years on the surface. A faint echo of humanity lingers in this stale, sulfurous air.